Okay, so now it's time to load the autoCrat script. As you can see here, we're in our main folder, Mechanics of Google Forms and autoCrat. We've got our form, we've got a response spreadsheet, our template, and a folder where our generated forms will go. So right now, I'm having trouble with add-ons in the new sheets. So what we're going to do is we're going to unlink from a new sheet and link to an old sheet. To do that, we open the form and we simply unlink under responses the form. Now that it's unlinked, we need to add a new form. So if you go to my website, kdurham.com, and go to walkthrough examples, there's a link to an old Google Sheet. It's right here at the bottom, copy of old Google Sheet for script version of autoCrat. I actually got this off of the autoCrat website. Yes to make a copy, and what it does is it makes a copy in your Google Drive. And you can see we've got tools and the add-on is gone. So I'm going to go ahead and close that, go back to my drive, and move it into the folder. So copy, I go ahead and move it into the WordPress folder, and then from there into the mechanics folder. So at this point, I've got my copy and I've got my old response form, which I'm going to go ahead and delete. I'm going to rename this form to gforms and autoCrat. Responses, so that I know it's the responses. Go ahead and hit OK. Now I go back to my original form and I'm going to link it to the form I just created, the old Google Sheet. Choose response destination, a new sheet in an existing spreadsheet, and I'm going to choose, I just made it 11:47 p.m. so select it. It's working, and now it's done. So if I go back to the old sheet, oh, not the one I want, so close. If I go back to the old sheet that I renamed, I'll see right here where I've got form response 1. Okay, and it's labeled. I'm going to go ahead and just delete sheet 1. I don't need it. And I've got my form response 1. So now from here, I go ahead and load the autoCrat script from the script gallery. This still works. And one day soon, I hope I can figure out the add-on, but for now, this does a really good job for me. So autoCrat, install. And then authorize continue. Go ahead and accept. And we're almost there. So it says it's installed. There it is, autoCrat. So I want to go ahead and run the configuration and go ahead and set it up. So I'm going to choose a template from Drive. It's the template that I made that just says Google Form autoCrat template, and select. That's step 1. So this is the template I want. Save settings. Okay, it is going to pull from the form response 1, as you can see right here, form response 1. So save. And then step 3, you just leave it blank and skip. This is an optional step for conditional formatting, or conditional merging, I'm sorry. And I haven't used it yet. There are some uses, but not very common for what I've used this for. So skip it. Field mapping. So now I'm going to match my merge tags with my columns. So name would be, what is your first name from that column? Site. What level school do you primarily work in, and ways? In what ways might you use autoCrat? So just make sure that when you're setting your field mapping that your merge tags line up with your whichever columns you're pulling from. So save your mapping. Just a couple more steps. So yes, I'm going to save files to docs. The primary destination folder is the generated folder. File naming convention. So this can be anything you want. There's also, you can have static and also dynamic parts of this naming convention. So autoCrat response for, and I'm going to go ahead and pull the name of the person filling the form in. So I just copy and paste that. So autoCrat response for and this person, and then from, and I'll go ahead and put the current date. So the date that they actually fill this form in. So copy, paste. You can do it different, but I usually send it as a PDF. That way I can't change it, you can't change it, it just is what it was when I sent it. I do want to email and share. The email subject, I go ahead and copy the naming convention for the file into the subject. You can do it differently. And the email recipient's address, what is your email? This could also be a static address if you're always sending this response to the same person. Short note, thank you for reading my post. Kenneth Durham. I'm going to attach it again as a PDF and then trigger merge on form submit. So I had to enlarge the screen to get to this button, but now I'm just going to save settings. And I'm going to go ahead and not now, just keep the settings. And as you can see in black, columns F, G, and H were created, and autoCrat reminds you not to change these. The script's going to use it. So if I go ahead and at this point go back to my form, go to the live view, and just fill in the form, Kenneth, secondary, what might you use this for? To communicate with staff, and again I'm just filling this in to show you, and hit submit, and then if I take you back to the spreadsheet, you can see that it's filling it in, and autoCrat momentarily should do its work. Merge doc ID, that's going to create a URL where I can find it. And link to merge document, and PDF successfully created and emailed to this address at this time. And my phone just vibrated telling me that the email did go through. So that's autoCrat. Thanks for watching.